I really wish that there was a way that I could just shut off the part of my brain that's attracted to the opposite sex. I'm so tired of being lustful. I'm so tired of desiring people. I'm so tired of it. I just want to shut it off. Truly, honestly, I want to become a monk, an asexual monk who just makes art and doesn't waste time becoming depressed or becoming angry over the fact that they can't land their crush. I just got back from work and I had a great day up until the last couple of hours because I was hit with a brutal, harsh BP missile. And I'll get to that later. Trust and believe I'm going to get to that. Because what happened today at work, it led to me making this video. It really did. But before I get to that, I want to just talk about how, in my opinion, being attracted to people is like a curse. And I feel like we are slaves to our biology. It's not something we can control. And if you're someone who's born heterosexual, and you can't somehow land a partner, right, for whatever reason it may be, that's going to just keep you away from your goals. It's going to keep you in a pit of depression and filth and just angst or repressed emotions. That's what it's going to do. There have been so many days where I felt good about myself and I just found out somehow, miraculously, randomly, that my crush had a boyfriend. And that will always be the cause of that will be the reason why I crash out mentally, That has always happened. It always happens up until this day, right? I'll get to that, like I said, but it always happens, man. We all had crushes in school. There was this one girl named Alexis Ankney. She was a Caucasian teenage girl at the time. She was a bookworm. She was like a straight A student. And I was head over heels for this woman or this girl. And one day I gesture maxed in class, hoping that she would somehow like me because of that. But instead, the entire class laughed at me. And a week later, she dated this tall black guy named Neo. He was a cool guy. I'm not mad about it. I wish them the best. Or I wished them the best at the time. But I still felt hurt, and that's one story. That's just one story of me succumbing to the darkness, from not being able to obtain my crush or just someone that I desire, right? Or a crush, obviously. That's what a crush fucking is. But yeah, man, and that happened in middle school, high school, first job, second job, every fucking where I go. No matter what year it is, man, it's always happened to me. So I just feel like I'm a slave to my biology. I can't break out of this fucking, I can't break out of my human nature. And it keeps you locked in this fucking prison. It really fucking does, man. It really does. Think about all the men throughout history who have crashed out over women, who have done unspeakable things to innocent people or themselves over women, bro. Because they couldn't get a girl. They crashed out and they ruined their lives and other people's lives. Like, it's a deep mental thing that we have to overcome as men. We have to somehow find a way to purge that attraction out of our minds. I mean, that's only if you want to. Me, at this age, I know I'm 22. You may say 22 is young. But at 22, I want to purge this desire, or I want to purge the attraction out of my mind completely. Completely. I want to become a monk, But it's so freaking hard. But yeah, so many men have fallen, because of this. And I don't know what to do anymore, man. It's like the universe is using me as its punching bag. You know, once I get attached to a woman in my head, the universe always saves a date for me. And on that day, they reveal the truth, right? They either reveal that she has a boyfriend, right? Or on that day, maybe I embarrass myself in front of that girl, right? Or on that day, let's say that girl just looks at me with disgust randomly. It's like the universe always has it out for me in that way. You know, but I can't escape it. You know, I can't escape it. I like what I like, bro. I like what I like. Anyway, I'm just yapping and I'm all over the place. I know that. Trust and believe I know that I make no sense. I know that I just yap with no true meaning behind it. I just talk for the sake of talking. I am aware of that. But I'm just so empty, man. I feel so fucking empty, bro. Because, you know, my job just drains me every fucking day, bro. It drains me every day. I know it's not surprising to hear me complain about my job, but it's like for the first day, you know, I was actually fucking, for the first time in forever, I felt good, bro. I felt good. You know, this week was a great week, actually. Up until today. I felt great, bro. I felt fucking great. Like, I was on Mount Everest, bro. My mental was so good. You know, I may as well get to the story now. I may as well tell you guys what led to me making this video, you know. Fuck. Let's get to it, man. But anyway, you know, before I get to the story, let this be a cautionary tale. You know, let this be a fable. Don't be like sloth. Don't look up to sloth. Don't admire sloth in any way. Just don't. You know, I am a pathetic excuse for a man. I am not a man. I am a woe is me crybaby. Like, that's what I am, bro. That's what the fuck I am. Anyway, let's get to the story, though. So, there is this girl at my job, and she has been there for a couple of weeks. I don't care to describe her appearance. I just don't. My mental is just so drained right now. I just don't give a fuck. I want to get through this as quick as possible. But yeah, she's attractive to me, at least. You know, she's not some Becky or Stacy, but to me, she's attractive, right? And, you know, I've saw her come and go or whatever, and slowly over the course of a couple of weeks, I have fallen in love with this girl. Mind you, she does not know my name. Mind you, I have not spoken to her, but it doesn't matter because I found out today that she had a boyfriend. So it's not like it was ever going to go anywhere, right? So basically what happened was I was getting some carts so I can, you know, stack some boxes on there so I can like help the drivers with their routes or whatever, because at the end of each day, we grab carts, go throughout the warehouse, load said cart up with boxes, and we ship them out or send them out to the, you know, parking lot area where the drivers are, and they get the boxes and they go out and make their deliveries pretty much. So as I'm getting a cart, you know, as I'm looking for a cart, right? I'm looking for a cart. I find a cart, right? At the end of the warehouse, I find a cart. Or it's like a section of carts, actually. It's like a couple carts. And it's me and two other people, right? It's me, my crush, and some tall white guy. He had like a ponytail, a beard, like a bummy fit. Like, he put no effort into his appearance, you know? And as soon as I saw her talking to him and she was laughing or whatever, I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, damn, she does have a boyfriend. She does indeed have a boyfriend. But it's funny because I have told myself that for weeks. I have told myself that she has a boyfriend, Sloth. You know she has a boyfriend, bro. You know she's not going to ever date you. And even though I told myself that for weeks, actually seeing it in person, it still broke me. You know? Because after I realized, after the realization set in that she does have a boyfriend, bro, I fell into a deep, dark abyss. And I just sunk. I sunk to the darkest depths of the ocean, bro. And I'm still drowning. I am still drowning as we speak. Trust and believe I am still drowning. But after the realization set in that she had a boyfriend, I tried to tell myself to suck it the fuck up. I told myself to swallow it, I said, swallow it. I know it hurts. Swallow that shit. Fuck it. I told myself, fuck it. Who cares? Right? And it's so funny because, Babbling Loner always talks about BP missiles. That shit is fucking real. BP missiles are real as fuck, bro. Like, I experienced that shit in real time. Like, in real time, I had to either succumb to the darkness or try to fight it and try to let go. And for a while, I tried to let go of the fact that she has a boyfriend, but I couldn't. My mind could not let go. And I became depressed, bro. And that's why I say don't be like me. Do not get depressed over a girl who's not even yours. It's the dumbest shit ever. What I did is weak. Don't do that shit, man. Don't do it. Whatever you must do, just fight it as hard as you can, bro. Don't be like me. Do not let your day, get ruined over a girl that is not yours, man. Just don't do it. Please don't do it, man. I know it's hard. We all have experienced this at one point in time, or at least most of us have experienced this. Do not let it destroy you, bro, because it fucking destroyed me. And after that, I went into the bathroom, specifically the bathroom stall, and I tried to fight off a mental breakdown, bro. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I felt like the universe did that intentionally, or I can't talk for shit, but it did that intentionally to piss me off. It's like a test, I feel like I failed the test from the universe. Because, we were the only people in that area of the warehouse, So, what are the chances that out of all the people in the warehouse, it was just her, the girl I like, right? And her boyfriend, just right there in the exact spot that I needed to be. That's why I feel like it's a curse. I feel like my situation is like a curse, bro. Because that always happens to me. It always happens to me. It's like the weirdest shit ever. It's like the universe is just waiting, plotting. Like a lion slowly creeping in on a gazelle and going in for the final blow. That's what it feels like the universe does to me every other month, man. I'm not ashamed to admit that I fall in love, or I can't say fall in love, right? But I'm not ashamed to admit that every other month I find myself attracted to a new girl that arrives. And it's like the same pattern, right? I see a new girl, I'm attracted to her. I try to tell myself that it's over before it begins. I try to tell myself that she has a boyfriend, but it just doesn't work, man. My biology just overtakes me, and I become infatuated with her. And then once I am shown that she indeed has a boyfriend or that she's not attracted to me, I just fall back into a deep pit of despair. And that is pathetic in my eyes, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. I want to fight it off, but this battle I lost, man. I lost this battle. I lost this battle. I fought my mind, and my mind won. It won. And I'm sitting here right now waving the white flag, man. This video is an admission of guilt, or this video is a confession of my failure to overcome my mind. That's what this recording is right now. It's me letting you know that I lost, bro. I lost. And the icing on the cake was whenever I walked out to go and catch my Uber, they walked out as well. My crush and her boyfriend both walked out and they went to their car. And it was like the picture perfect excess male visual. Just the lonely guy enters a Uber and the accomplished, successful, normal, you know, the normal functioning guy gets into his car with his partner. And they both went home to their house or apartment and they enjoyed each other's company while the excess male returned home to his isolation and he just sulked in his hermit fucking cave or whatever, you know? But yeah, that happened and fuck, man. It was just so painful seeing that guy walk out with her, bro. It really fucking was, man. Damn, man, I'm so fucking pathetic for saying that. I really fucking am. But the biggest takeaway from this, or I can't say the biggest, but one of the biggest takeaways from this is that I need to stop desiring white women. You know, don't get me wrong. I need to stop desiring women as a whole, but specifically when it comes to white women, I need to stop desiring them because it's like by me preferring them, I'm going to be disappointed more because let's be honest, bro, I'm not trying to drag this out even longer. I know there are outliers for sure, but let's be honest, bro. Caucasian women do not find men of my complexion attractive. They just don't. It does not matter if the girl's alternative and you're also alternative too. If you're not her complexion, bro, she's not going to date you. And it's not racism, it's just her preference, which is fine. She's entitled to that preference, you know? But I have to realize that. I have to realize that Caucasian women date within their own race and they do that a lot. A lot. It's very rare for a Caucasian woman to leave and date outside the race. It's very fucking rare. So the average white girl that I see, you know, and the ones that I find myself attracted to, they always have a white boyfriend, you know, and this was no different. She had a white, tall boyfriend, and I'm a short, ethnic male, you know, but I'll leave it at that. I don't want to drag that out any longer or whatever, because I don't want YouTube to, like, target this video or whatever, but it's the truth, though. It's just the fucking truth, but again, it's no hate towards them. I wish them the best. You could call that cope, but I mean it, bro. I don't really feel envious. It's more so just, I wish I could just not feel attraction at all, bro, and, you know, I just wish I could just somehow purge that from my mind, like I said before, but this is getting redundant, and I sound like a broken record. I'm just saying the same shit over and over again. With that being said, take care, guys. And don't be like me.